What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fantasy Alarm Game Day Playbook. NFL Week 3 is here. John Impemba with Andrew Cooper taking you through the next hour, getting you ready with all of the latest news around the league. NFL inactives will be coming out. We're here to answer your start sit questions. Coop, I already see our chat loaded with Qs here, and we have the last show I did with Bender, the 9 to 10, was loaded with questions. So I said in our Discord that I think the Week 3 scaries are here for a lot of people, Coop. A lot of 0-2 teams trying to right the ship. 1-1 teams. There's been a crazy amount of injuries. Guys getting claimed off waiver wires. There's some bad weather this week, so there's questions on who to start and sit. So I have a feeling that we are going to be very busy for the next hour here, Coop.
Exactly. And do not panic. Number one, don't panic. This isn't like the NFL where if you lose a player, your season's just over. There's the waiver wire. You go out and get a replacement value guy. This isn't like, if you have one quarterback that stinks, then your whole season's tanked. If you're 0-2, now you're on tilt. No. The game scripts are going to change for some of these teams. The ship's going to right itself. Do not start doing crazy things. Get your studs in there, and we're here to help you set those lineups. So get your questions in right now, and we'll smash on them.
Before we get to that, John, we'll jump right into questions. I just want to give a quick reset of just some notable injuries that we have right now. We know Anthony Richardson is out. We know Austin Eckler is out. Zay Jones is out. Jamal Williams is out. Jalen Waddle is out. OBJ is out. Logan Thomas is out. And Bryce Young is out. As we get more official inactives, we will certainly have those. You can also see we'll have a scroll down at the bottom of the stream as well with all of the inactives and current injury news that is going on around the league. There it is as the magic happens. So that'll be updated when news breaks. We'll have any breaking news for everybody, but I know that you are all dying to get some questions in here. So let's get some questions answered. We'll mix in some promos throughout the stream here, Coop. What we got going on with BetterCast and the All-Pro package, but time is of the essence here. So let's kick it off. First cue of the day, the Lowe's Show. Good morning. I need help with my wide receiver starting two of St. Brown, Zay Folders. I'm assuming that's Zay Flowers, Jacoby Myers, and Garrett Wilson. Need two of the crew here, Coop.
Yeah, that's a honestly pretty good squad. Good job putting things together. I'm still starting Amon-Ra St. Brown if he's good to go. This week's going to be important, though, because turf toe is one of those injuries that you can play through, and then it just hurts for a few days, and then you can play through again. But sometimes guys end up, producing at 10%, 15%. So if he plays this week and doesn't produce well, then we start maybe fading him moving forward. But if he's active, you got to start Amon-Ra St. Brown. Of those other guys, since you have good options, I might be willing to go away from Garrett Wilson. I kind of like the idea of Jacoby Myers here. Well, actually, the Colts pass defense is straight up terrible.
The weather is getting better in that game because
Zay Flowers.
Indy, so I think Flowers is where I go. But I'll say this, Coop, this is where it's great to have Jacoby Myers on your roster because we saw him dominate week 1. If he comes out now in week 3 after that concussion and the Josh McDaniels offense is just simply feed as many targets possible to the slot wide receiver with Jimmy Garoppolo, then you just play Jacoby Myers every week. You don't even have to worry about it. But for this week, play Flowers, play St. Brown, and roll with it there. Skinny McKinney
mods, guards.
Ready for the Taysom Hill game. Listen, Coop, if there was ever a week for a Taysom Hill game, it is with Tony Jones and Kendre Miller as the two running backs in New Orleans.
I'm not doing it.
It could be an option.
No, Taysom Hill banned from the chat. Guards, please remove Skinny McKinney. Mods, bouncers, get him out. Get him out.
Listen, unless you have absolutely no other options in like an 18-team league, sure. If you have a big lead or DFS, fine. But it's scary.
Start Durham Smythe. Start Cade Otton. Durham Smythe or Cade Otton in any sort of PPR are better options. If you play standard or it's some sort of best ball, then we can talk Taysom Hill. Sure. If you have a Taysom Hill question, it better say standard in that chat.
I have some Taysom Hill in underdog best ball draft, so I don't mind a week out of it. We got Harris versus the Raiders, Moss versus the Ravens, Gabe Davis versus Washington, Sky Moore versus the Bears in a PPR league. So Najee against the Raiders, Moss against the Ravens. Thoughts here for a flex spot in PPR leagues?
I actually like the idea of Moss versus the Ravens. They're missing their center, though. Does that matter enough for you?
So I said to Bender that I think Gardner Minshew is at least willing to check down to Zach Moss enough times in a PPR league, but we both ended up going on Najee Harris. The problem is, Coop, you and I talked about it. they have like negative yards before contact this year. So
crazy. Yeah. He has like literally more yards after contact than he has yards.
Yeah. So that's like the tough part with Najee. But like if there was ever a spot, maybe it's against the Raiders.
To your point with Minshew, I looked it up, and the Ravens are giving up 5.5 receptions per game to the running back position right now, and they released Deion Jackson outright and called up Trey Sermon. So it really is just Zach Moss show entirely, whereas Harris is dealing with Jalen Warren. So I think I would go Zach Moss there.
Yeah, Zach Moss is where I go. If you wanted to not go running back, you're on easy. Sky Moore would be my next play there.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I think, well, again, of the group, you don't really have a choice.
Yeah, so. Right. Just go Zach Moss. The thing is, you only have 2 more weeks to start Zach Moss before Jonathan Taylor hypothetically gets back. So you might as well use him while you got him.
Amen to that. Chris here has a slight dilemma with the Puka questionable. I think he's going to play anyways, though. Flowers or Odell. So would you play Puka or Flowers? It seems like the way you go. I mean, Puka just had 20 targets.
Yes, Odell. The fact that he's even kind of hurt, and knowing the player who he is, I can't start Odell under any circumstance. I'd rather start hurt Puka than hurt Flowers. Hurt Odell for sure.
Puka was questionable last week and got 20 targets. So
I'm just going to start
playing Puka Nacua here. You'll hate yourself if you put him on your bench and he has another 15 targets this week. So. Better Boss saying no hot takes, but Fields outscores Mahomes. Feels like a hot take.
Nah.
It's like a hot take. When you get take cornered though with your Fields propaganda all offseason, you just got to roll with it. Cantonius here, or Contius. I'm gonna butcher everybody's screen name, so I apologize.
Just get ready for that.
Warren, Reed, Watson, Thomas need one.
So I'm not starting Christian Watson this week. There's no reason to get him in there. The first game back off injury, going up against Marshawn Lattimore and the Honey Badger and that whole crew. It's just avoid it if you can. I'm going to start Michael Thomas. He's got back-to-back 8 targets in the first 2 weeks. I mean, what more can you ask for in this world, John, than 8 targets?
I love Michael Thomas. That sideline catch, that was all I needed to see to know that he is back. It's the second part to this question that he put into 2 different chats. I'll finish it in one. He needs 2 in his other league of Lockett, Wilson, Warren, or Watson.
Lockett, Wilson, Warren.
Now, we're supposed to have rain in this Seattle.
Which Wilson? Oh, Garrett Wilson?
I imagine it's Garrett Wilson. I don't think it's Michael Wilson as much as you love that man.
I think we start. Tyler DK Metcalf is a little banged up.
I know.
He's going to play.
It's just the rain. According to Roth, as that game goes on, the rain's going to get worse. So if he doesn't score like in the first half, I worry if they just are forced to run. But you have coming off of an injury, Watson. You have a backup running back in Jalen Warren, and you have Garrett Wilson. They're all imperfect scenarios. I think in this situation, if Watson is active, I would give him a go.
Matchup's terrible though.
None of these matchups are great.
Well, I think I'm starting Tyler Lockett, dude.
Okay, well, he needs 2 of them. So plug Lockett in one, Wilson, Warren, or Watson for the 2.
That's okay. Go Watson. Go big.
Watson and Lockett is where we're going there. Jimmy G.
What happened, Antoine?
I'm hopeful this is a super flex question.
Yeah. In that event, I would go with Jimmy G. I think Jimmy G. The thing with Jimmy G is that the game scripts have not been in his favor. The Texans have dropped back 109 times or 109 plays. The Raiders are the very bottom of the league with only 54. I think this is the week where that changes, and the Raiders have a normal game script. So give me Jimmy G.
I do have a bet on Stroud over 34.5 pass attempts this week.
It's entirely possible, but are they going to be good passes?
Probably. Garoppolo's fine. Carr obviously has Thomas and Olave to throw the football to against the Packers, but I think the weather in that game is not supposed to be great either.
Not great either, yeah. Jair Alexander, they're on Olave too.
Yeah, home opener for the Raiders. Let's ride. Tommy and Chad, I'm sure, is going to love that whenever we get to him.
Shout out Tommy.
Mile High Luke here. Good morning. Happy game day. Got faded out. I thought there was a question there. Hey, half point PPR. Kirk or Hopkins? Bender and I were kind of on opposite sides of this one. I want to get your take.
I mean, no Zay Jones. When DeAndre Hopkins has been banged up and there's no Zay Jones, I mean, conditions are perfect. So
I like Christian Kirk a lot this week. He was lukewarm on Kirk. I'm all in on Kirk.
He's going to play. So the reason we were off Kirk from a season long standpoint after week 1 is he didn't play every snap. But then last week he did. And now with no Zay Jones, he's going to.
Yep.
Right.
I agree with you. Kirk for me. And then Kendra or Khalil Herbert.
Kendra.
Probably the spot, but you don't know what rookie is going to play. We've been duped by rookie snap count so far this season.
Start Kendra and then make a DFS lineup with Tony Jones.
Q here. Start 2 running backs: Jones, Moss, Ford, Pierce, or Connor. I'm not playing Damian Pierce. Can't do that.
Or Jerome Ford against the Titans.
Yeah, I can't really do Jerome Ford against the Titans here.
James
Connor's kind of interesting, even though the game script isn't for him. Like, he's just going to get all of the work.
Yeah, I since you have good options, I mean the Saints are also a good defense. Demario Davis all over the place. So I think I would go Zach Moss and James Conner, and hopefully, I mean for you're almost rooting for Aaron Jones to just be inactive so your life is easier.
Yeah, or for him, yeah, exactly. You don't want to risk having him on your bench there. Another one that we've kind of been split on here today. Slashy wants to know Nico or Flowers. I like Nico Collins today. Flowers is obviously pretty good in a good spot against Indy. So where are you looking here? He's already starting Andrews and Lamar. So a full seasonal stack of Baltimore, or would you go Nico, a billion targets a game, Collins?
Yeah, I think you got to go Nico. But I'm warning folks that I've been a big John. You and I have been big Nico guys.
You called him Kenny Galladay.
And people
good version of Kenny Galladay.
Good Kenny Galladay. Like the 3rd round pick, same exact 40 time, same exact height. They weigh like 2 pounds different. They're basically the same guy. Now I do want to warn for season long, Nico is a potential sell high just because the scripts have been calling for so much passing and it's not sustainable. But this week, I don't know how you go away from it. Like, they're going to have to throw again versus Jags. So, I would just go Nico here.
I don't know if the game script's going. Benner talked a lot about the arm management, but they're arm managing him during the week because they know on Sunday Stroud has to throw 45 times a game. So
how you can't do it during a game? Yeah, it's definitely during the week. During the game, you can't turn it off.
No, you can't just be like, all right, he's hit his pass limit here. We're just going to run Damian Pierce down the road.
Yeah, we would throw here, but we need to make it's like there's no way.
No way, exactly. Ann says good morning to us here. Cantonius again. We answered this one already, guys. I promise you we're going to answer all of your questions. You don't need to double tap them. We will run through them all here. We went Lockett and Watson of the crew in that question, though.
If we have to, towards the end, we will rapid fire and get you an answer.
Yeah, I promise you we will answer all of your questions here. FFPC, 2 for a flex, so tight end premium, but there's no tight ends in this group. Marquise Brown, Drake London, Craig Reynolds, Marvin Mims, KJ Osborne.
I like Drake London, and I'm not starting Marvin Mims or KJ Osborne. So it's going to be.
You don't think Osborne in this game though has some appeal?
He has some DFS appeal. That's where I'm like, in DFS, I look at it and I'm like, why am I paying up for Jordan Addison when I can start KJ Osborne for much cheaper? But in this one, I'm going to go London because I think they have to throw, and then it's either Marquise Brown or Craig Reynolds, but I'm leaning Marquise Brown.
Okay, I could get there. Again, no Travion Diggs anymore for Dallas, so
yeah, exactly.
Could be something to take a peek of. Tim Robinson here, Dylan Miller or A-Chain in the standard league. Got to kind of know what Aaron Jones' status is going to be before we make that decision, but Miller's probably the play of the 3.
Miller's the play. Well, Aaron Jones plays at 1. So coming up in 15 minutes, we'll give you a definitive answer to that question. But I think it might be Kendrick Miller anyway. And A-Chain, you just can't.
I like Raheem Mostert a lot, but Mostert's getting all the work. So
he's getting all the work.
I mean, you can't play A-Chain while that's happening.
No.
Kid Graz here, half PPR and a flex. Addison, Flowers, or Warren. So I'm not including Warren at all over those 2. No. But now we have a pretty interesting decision to make here, Coop. Addison or Flowers?
Addison, right? You gotta you just gotta jam guys in your lineup.
54 over under in that game.
It opened at 51.5, and the Sharps said that's not high enough, and they pushed it up to 54.
There were reports coming out of Minnesota. I think he's either from O'Connor or the offensive coordinator. Addison's expected to see more playing time moving forward. So
and they're playing in a dome. Like it is of all the games, this is the one you need as many guys in your lineup, as many guys in your DFS as you can.
I have an underdog 5-pick 20x play that is the over yards on Herbert, Cousins, Jefferson, Williams, and Addison.
That would be so much fun. That'd be
20x root for points. That's in yards. That's what
if you got 2 TVs, one TV's got red zone on it, and then the other TV has this game on it. I'm a Patriots fan, and I'm putting the.
Oh, you're not going to watch the Patriots.
I'm putting Patriots Jets on like my iPad.
36.5 game total. Speaking of Patriots fans, our guy Dan not playing either of us this week, so we can give some unbiased fantasy picks here. Needs 2 in a PPR. Connor, Javonte, Moss, or Kelly.
I still like Zach Moss, and I could be sold on Javonte Williams. Also, Joshua Kelly, we told everyone not to start him this week. last week. This week, Joshua Kelly's back on the menu, but
Yes.
I think
I'm playing Kelly here in this spot. I think that there's enough potential for him to still find the end zone in a 54 game total that I think that's going to go over. And then it's whether or not you think Javonte Williams gets it going against Miami or Zach Moss against.
I think it's Zach Moss because I mean they released Deion Jackson. Trey Sermon's not going to show. I mean, knowing how fantasy football works, maybe Trey Sermon will go.
He gets a touchdown at some point. Yeah,
but I think it's Zach Moss is just. It's so rare to have somebody get that type of workload, and it's not that terrible of a matchup. And Minshew will dump it down to him. So.
Yep. I'm into what Kelly and Moss here. I forget what I said during the 9 a.m. show. Sorry, Dan. Jared, our producer Jared here, not our current producer, but one of our producers. Love this guy.
What's up, brother?
3 of 4 between Davis, Higgins, Nakua, or Pittman. Got to play Nakua. And then it's questions, right? You got Pittman against Baltimore. You have Higgins with Browning as the quarterback likely, and then Gabe Davis, who, I'm
starting Pittman, but I mean, honestly, like it's crazy to say, but Gardner Minshew is could potentially a better passing NFL quarterback right now than Anthony Richardson.
I think
that's not even a hot take.
Gardner Minshew isn't a starting quarterback in the league, given some of the guys that are starting quarterbacks in the league.
Not a hot take. So I would go definitely Nakua and Pittman, and the other one I think you just gotta start Higgins, man.
Yeah,
Gabe Davis is just too hit or miss, whereas Higgins I think is going to get peppered regardless. I don't think he's going to go 0 for 8 targets like he did week 1.
No, I would agree with you.
Start the better player.
Yep. Ninja Chicken, cool name. Need 3. 2 have to be running backs though. Mostert, Moss, Kelly, Connor, or Flowers. Again, Mostert's one of my favorite running backs of the week. So definitely play in Mostert. Again, I lean Kelly over Moss. I know you and I kind of seemingly split on that one.
No, I'm there with you. I like Kelly.
We're definitely playing Flowers. So
I like Kelly. So it's Mostert, Kelly, Flowers.
Yep, that's where I'm going. Cook here, okay. Swift, White, Kelly, or Gus picked 2 in a 16-teamer. Got some pretty nice depth for a 16-team league here.
Good job, dude. So we're gonna go Kelly. I don't like running White up against the. I'm assuming it's Rashad White. Don't like running
for Philly.
Philly is letting up 52 yards on the ground to running backs, which is obviously the best in the league. So I'm gonna go Kelly and Swift, man. Gus is the safe but boring option, but I mean, after we saw from Swift, you kind of just got to do it.
I worry about like if Gainwell plays, like what do they do? How many times have we seen the starting running back get hurt, backup running back plays well, and the starting running back comes back, and the backup running back goes back to being the backup running back?
I know, dude. Say backup 5 more times, quick, go.
Backup.
The thing is, Gus is dealing with Justice Hill too. So
no, is he? No, I thought Hill was out.
Is Hill's out? Like he's already confirmed?
I thought he was already out. Am I making that up?
No, if he's confirmed definitively out, then start.
I thought he was out.
Yeah, he's out. He's out. Okay, then go Gus. Yeah.
Go Gus for me. Gus and Kelly. Gus and Kelly. We can do here 2.5 PPR. Watson, Hawkinson, Swift, Javonte.
Who is your tight end if you're not starting TJ Hawkinson?
Yeah.
Like I'm just starting Hawkinson anyway.
It could be a no tight end league. Maybe it's like a double flex or something.
I'm gonna start Hawkinson and Javonte Williams.
Yes, I am as well.
I need to see what Watson looks like, and the perfect game to not play him is the one where he goes up against Marshawn Lattimore.
Tampa Bay's got a decent run defense too, like Vita Vea and all that curse. I don't know if they're going to be able to run Swift the way they did against Minnesota here.
I mean, they're definitely not going to be able to run him like that.
No, definitely not.
Although I said definitely about Puka Nacua getting 15 targets and he got 20. So
that is true.
Never say definitely, but probably not.
Probably more likely than not. More probable than not, Tom Brady. With Burrow questionable on Monday Night Football, do you play Chase, Dubs, Nuck, or Lockett here?
So Hopkins is banged up. You only play one.
Lockett's got bad weather. Dubs has Watson back. You're just playing your studs, man.
Just start Jamar Chase.
Start Jamar Chase. Kangas says, "Go Browns, go Cowboys." Welcome into the show, Kangas. I like the Browns today, so I'm with you there. Cody, Pacheco versus Chicago, Ford versus Tennessee, MT versus Green Bay. I don't think Pacheco is going to be limited. I think they've limited him during the weekend practice to make sure he doesn't make the hamstring worse. But I think Pacheco versus Chicago should be pretty good. But if you want to go MT against Green Bay, I'm not doing Ford.
I'm doing MT. Yeah, you can't start Ford. We added Ford. We love having Ford on the roster, but you got to pick your spots with guys like that. So stay away from Tennessee. Go MT.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Michael here. Question.
Shout out Michael Lopez
on the board. Atwell, Williams, Reynolds start 2. I'm still playing Michael Williams. Where are you in Atwell or Reynolds?
I'm starting Mike Williams everywhere. And John, I'm on board with you now with Reynolds. I've come around. I've looked at the behind the scenes numbers. He is the wide receiver 2 on that
I tried
team,
to tell you that
flat
last week.
out, outright. And their wide receiver 1 has playing with. They put a piece of
dude.
metal in his shoe, and that based on the Twitter doctors that I know that do a great job, they say there's only one reason you put the metal in the shoe, and that's the turf toe.
Yeah.
So be very careful.
Listen, Reynolds flashed last year. I'm glad to be on him last week, and we'll just keep riding him. I picked him up everywhere last week. So if you watch this show, if you watch Quick Out, if you watch anything that we did last week, you already have Reynolds on your team. So good on you for hopefully
good job
paying attention to that. Peter here, half PPR, got to start 2. Warren, Ford, or Pierce. Ugh.
Gross.
I don't honestly, I don't think I can play Damian Pierce.
No.
Even in this group, I don't think I can do it.
This is where you play Jerome Ford.
For sure, definitely.
I like Jalen Warren. Yeah, definitely Jalen Warren. I would start Jerome Ford even against the Titans and just hope he catches some passes.
Yeah, I don't think Damian Pierce is a startable running back. I'm sorry you drafted him in like the 4th round, but we're 2 weeks in. Draft ADP equity no longer matters.
Laramie Tunsil's not playing, man.
Mess.
It's a mess, bro. Yeah.
Full PPR, Watson and Jigba, Dubs, Reed, or Reynolds. It's either Watson or Reynolds for me. It depends on your risk.
It's again, you gotta understand your own risk tolerance, because Christian Watson is so like he doesn't get more high risk, high reward than a guy that we know is explosive, we know he's fun, but he's coming off an injury to face a very tough matchup. So if you want to play it safe, go Reynolds. If you want to just go crazy, then go with Watson.
I'm with you there. Robinson again. Timothy Robinson here again. Wilson, Reynolds, or Higgins need 2 in a standard.
So this is where I got to ask you, John, because you are probably one of the biggest guys in the industry on Josh Reynolds, and you've been right. But now you're going up against kind of proven assets that are playing with the backup quarterback. So I got to go to you on this one. Patriots are going to, like, if we know anything about Bill Belichick and the Patriots, and you and I do know quite a bit about the Patriots. A little bit. We have to wear the Patriots gear.
Propaganda on the show.
When they play the Jets, we have to wear the stuff.
I tried doing this background for Bender when he was on the show, but he said it was making him sick. I think he was just jealous.
I
just don't think he wanted to see the Buck fumble as the background.
So good. And now the thing is, we know the team, and we're willing to bet against the players, and we're willing to bet in situations when they're good. But they will like taking away your best player.
So here's the problem with New England today. 1, they're missing 3 starting cornerbacks.
Ooh.
So already not good. So you'd want Garrett Wilson there, but Belichick against Zach Wilson history is ridiculous. You just can't throw against them. And then you have the weather to consider. It's going to be windy. It's going to have some rain, gusts of 25 to 30 miles an hour, sustained winds of 15 miles an hour. So I feel like it's Reynolds and Higgins, but it's an imperfect situation there. I'll bet Belichick this week against Garrett Wilson. So give me Reynolds and Higgins, I think.
Reynolds and Higgins. I'm with you.
It's not great, but I think that's where I have to lean. Justin, Flex, Dotson, or White, Algier, JSN.
I like Dotson. What's not to like about Dotson this week?
Buffalo.
What about him?
That would be the reason. Can't really run Rachaad White against the Eagles. Algier's the spat is quickly losing more of his snap share by week, and JSN's third.
JSN with a nicked up. I mean, but it's going to rain too, and Metcalf is playing. Unless we get word that Metcalf is not going to play, I'm going Dotson.
I agree. But let's see here. Next question on the board. Daniel Jones, Waller stack fell flat, unfortunately. Behind the 8-ball PPR. Who do you not start?
Well, if you need upside, then the guy you bench is Drake London. You have to start Keenan Allen in the shootout. You have to start Nico Collins, hoping that they're playing from behind and chucky football. It's either Metcalf or London. You might have to bench Metcalf if he's nicked up and it's raining.
Yeah. Again, I think Metcalf's probably going to be okay here, but that rain again. The latest weather reports that we've read is the rain is going to intensify as the game moves on. So that makes it harder and harder to throw if he doesn't score early. Maybe you sit Metcalf here. I mean,
it's either Metcalf or London.
I'll say this: like if Detroit's offense continues to produce, it's going to be difficult for Atlanta not to throw the football.
I know.
And they threw a little bit enough last week when they were forced to, and London was productive. So I think Metcalf is where I
Bench
sit.
Metcalf, yeah.
Sub shop management. I wish I owned a sub shop. Love
That'd
sub
be dope.
shops. Need 2 in a PPR. Jones, Kelly, Dillon, Hall, Hunt, or Gainwell. They're not all bums. You definitely play Kelly.
No, yeah, they're good. Definitely play Kelly. Can't start Hall with the 3-way split versus the Patriots, and you can't start Hunt. You
just don't
I
know.
know he lives down the street, but
yeah,
he hasn't.
I mean, honestly, this is kind of easy to be said. If Aaron Jones is in, you play Aaron Jones. If Aaron Jones is out, you play Dillon. So
done.
We'll know. No, nothing big on Schefter there. Just some more talks. Waiting for these inactives or breaking news to come out.
John, the initials, the official inactives coming in 5 minutes.
But Schefter tweets out stuff all the time.
I know he always likes to ruin it. But let's just they have to get us their lineups at 11:30.
This was saying that tweet said that Kareem Hunt showed up to the stadium with Nick Chubb on his mind. Okay, well, thanks, Adam. And done here with this fishbowl question. Do y'all ever start kickers? I do, because my team is garbage. I usually start 2 kickers. McKinnon, Zeke, Burks, or DPJ, or I can start kickers McPherson or Patterson today.
McKinnon, Zeke, Burks, or DPJ.
I might play both kickers.
Right? Yeah. I don't know if I like McPherson though. Definitely start Patterson.
Yeah. And then you have the backup QB could lead to the Bengals having to kick some field goals today.
Yeah.
So the problem with is they're not giving McKinnon enough work, but if Pacheco truly is sort of like limited at all, McKinnon should see more of the field. I don't like Burks or DPJ.
Why don't we like DPJ?
Titans Cooper are getting more of the work over him. You don't like their wide receivers.
That's true. I hate them, but Cooper's got a groin. I just start.
Yeah, he had a groin last week. He had 7 catches on 9 targets.
Start Patterson for sure. I would start Burks, dude.
Okay, Burks and Patterson. Again, I'm kind of in halfway. So Rashee Rice or Demario Douglas for Kangas here. So Rice saw a pretty significant snap share drop last week, so I don't love that.
But dude, Demario Douglas played like 6 snaps.
He got benched after fumbling. So
yeah,
Rice probably because of the matchup, but it's not great.
It's Rice.
Ralph wants to know Lawrence or Stafford today. Go do a Lawrence. We're not giving up on Lawrence after a bad week against KC.
Yeah, it should be a get right game.
Yeah, good right game. Happy week 3, half PPR, wide receiver and flex. Ford, Pickens, Algier, Terry, or Judy.
So we need wide receiver and a flex. With that crew, I'm not starting Ford. And I'm not starting Algier either.
I think is it Pickens and Judy?
Yeah, I think it is. Pickens, man, you said it best on the morning show that with no Deontay Johnson, he's going to get targets, and this is the guy that can make the play. Whether it's he
did last week, took it to the house.
Right, it took it to the house, and he can also make crazy contested catches. So it's going to be him in the red areas, and we don't even know. I think I think his chest is not fully right. He did not look right last week.
Yeah. So I'm going to go Pickens and Judy here. Not my favorite McLaurin spot. Standard league, Amari Cooper or Mike Evans. I mean, how do you bench Mike Evans after what he did last week? But he does have to deal with either Bradbury or Slay. Well, Amari Cooper has the best matchup on the board for passing games. So it's probably Cooper, but
you got to go there. I know you talked about the height difference with Evans, but
he's got 5 inches on both corners.
And I think James Bradbury all offseason they taught him how to play the slot role in their offense. So I don't even think Chris Godwin is necessarily safe today either. I think I'm just going to start Amari Cooper.
Yeah, go Amari Cooper here. Ann wants to know Javonte, Nico, or Pickens in PPR.
Pickens.
Yeah, I'm going to go
Pickens or Nico, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to go the running back here. As much as I love Javonte Williams, I need him to crack that 50% snap share at some point. Peter wants to know half point PPR, have DK already, Flowers in your flex. Would you play Kirk or Atwell over any of them? I would consider Kirk over Metcalf this week.
Yeah, I would consider it because Metcalf nicked up, man. Players like that when they're not
right. Breaking news. Here it is. Aaron Jones, Christian Watson, and David Bakhtiari are all inactive today.
Oof, Bakhtiari still, dude. Bakhtiari,
Watson, and Jones out.
I know we have a lot of questions that we have to get to, but dude, have you heard the Bakhtiari rumors?
No.
So he was very vocal when Aaron Rodgers got hurt, and a reporter asked the coach LaFleur straight up, "Is there some sort of deal where David Bakhtiari will not play on turf?" And he didn't say no. He just said, just know like the way it is, the way it's going, like that's what it's going to be like all year. We have a very cryptic answer. So there's a possibility that David Bakhtiari is refusing to play on turf. I mean,
is their
I'm
home?
not.
Are they at home today? Is Green Bay? Green Bay's a turf field.
No, it's not. But I mean, just in general out there,
Okay,
like keep that in mind. That Bakhtiari,
yeah,
like,
listen, if you have Dylan, play Dylan this week, but no Bakhtiari, obviously the big deal. No Watson again, so Jalen Reed and Romeo Dubs are definitely back in play for those who have them. Ann asked if Aaron Jones going to be a go. Answer is no to that one.
Is SIS grass? So I think it is turf. I think Green Bay does play on turf.
Well, he's not going to play any of his home games. He's not going to play half the road games if that's the case.
Yeah, I mean that would be crazy. Yeah, but I mean I'm just telling you what I heard.
Yeah, Trevor wants to Higbee Laporta, or do I bench or play both and bench Wilson? I don't think you're going to bench Wilson tight end.
Don't start Higbee.
Play Laporta over Higbee for us.
Start Laporta. We can't trust Higbee. He's not a guy you can never trust.
Yeah. Flowers over any of these three: Chase, Ridley, or Wilson. I play him over Wilson.
Yep, agreed.
Andrew here. Yep. Need help in DK single entry: Moss, Edwards, or Sanders. Well, if you're not playing Kelly's the chalk today under 5,900. Right. Otherwise, I'd probably play Sanders of that crew.
Yeah, the fact that the adjustment's gone too far on Miles Sanders. Like he's still getting the goal line work. He's still getting the 2-minute drill. Like Miles Sanders is going to have good.
And if the weather is like it's supposed to be with the rain, they're going to have to feed him a lot in this game. And the Seattle's 31st, I think, against the run or something like that. So
they're not good.
Not very good. Mark has a question. It's standard: Dubs, Reed, Samuel, Spears, or Harris. Well, now we know there's no Watson. So do you go Dubs or Reed? And I don't really like the rest of it. Would you just play them both? I mean,
I think I'm just starting Reed. I think I'm starting both. Starting both. Damian Harris was operating behind Latavius Murray, who's operating behind James Cook.
Yeah, I'm not going to go Spears against in that spot against Cleveland, and Curtis Samuel against
Curtis Samuel is a dude that he either gets carries or he doesn't. Yeah, and he's not viable in any other way.
No, play both Packers wide receivers here today. Yep. Mile High Luke, I need one. McKinnon, Hunt, Gibson, Reynolds for FFPC. I lean Reynolds here. Oh wait, Craig Reynolds.
Reynolds. I still like Craig Reynolds. Honestly, I think I do. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Pacheco's playing. Kareem Hunt is coming off the street to play the Titans. Right. And Antonio Gibson has half of a job. He's not getting any carries, and he's splitting the pass snap. So go.
Did you see the Pelissaro tweet though that Gibbs is going to have a major role today?
Gibson. Jahmyr Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs is going to have a major role today, according to Pelissaro.
Which one of those guys is most likely to score a touchdown today?
Reynolds.
There, get him in.
I would agree. Sean here, Swift, Pitts, or Flowers? Flowers,
but I love Pitts this week. Get Pitts in the DFS lineup, but start Flowers.
Kevin Keller here, need a running back and a wide receiver. Hunt, Gainwell, Reynolds.
Whew. Go. Great googly moogly.
We don't know about Gainwell, right? So you probably have to play Reynolds here.
You probably have to play Reynolds because you don't have another pivot, right? Kareem Hunt plays at 1. Gainwell plays tonight.
Monday night, right? Or Sunday night. So
yeah, you just got to start Reynolds so this is where you have to stay plugged into the Twitter machine because sometimes Adam Schefter will just randomly say, hey, I got word that Gainwell's not playing, and he'll say it at like 12:51. So like if you hear Gainwell definitively is in, put him in your lineup. And if we don't hear anything, you got to start Reynolds. You can't risk not having a running back.
Jets news here. Dwayne Brown has been placed on IR, and they're playing Mekhi Becton now at left tackle, moving him from right tackle. So a little offensive line shakeup there for the Jets here today. Play both Reynolds, I think, of the group there.
Yep.
Wander has Javonte, Kyron, Najee, or Kelly need to start 3. So we're sitting 1. I'm probably sitting Najee Harris here.
You can't go away from Kyron Williams right now.
No. Sit Najee of that group in PPR. Michael Thomas against Green Bay doesn't scare you. It does not scare me.
Why would it scare me? Why would they put Jair Alexander on Michael Thomas instead of Chris Olave? That would be the most ridiculous thing. Or maybe, hey, you know what? I've seen it before. But if they do put Jair Alexander on Michael Thomas, that means they're going to bracket Chris Olave on the other side, right? Like, you either do the one-on-one, take one guy away, and then bracket the better player, or you put your best player on the best player.
I'll say this. Think about what you're saying here. You were leaning towards a backup running back versus Michael Thomas, who's the starting wide receiver. So, go Michael Thomas here.
Michael Thomas is awesome. Why
Yeah.
the people that drafted Michael Thomas should be happy to have Michael Thomas. Why are the people looking for reasons to not start Michael Thomas?
The low show here, Elios, Miles Sanders or Breece Hall? Miles Sanders.
Yeah. Breece Hall not only split with Dalvin Cook, but he split snaps with Michael Carter. They both played 15 snaps. Horrifying situation.
Rob needs 2 in the PPR. Dylan, Algier, Sutton, Reynolds, or Miller. Now that we know the Jones thing, so you're definitely playing Dylan. It's not a great spot for Dylan, by the way. Teams struggle to run against the Saints, but I think I go Sutton and Dylan here.
Yeah. So like you're not going to start splitting running backs. It's either Miller or it's Sutton and Dylan.
Sutton and Dylan is where I am going.
I'm so lost. I cannot find where we were.
You're reading the questions down here, or we're on.
I'm just reading them. I'm reading when you put them on the screen.
Read them on the screen. Yeah, Danny Ridger here, half PPR, 1 running back, Swift, Edwards, or Jones. We know Jones out. Out. Edwards or Swift. I think I go Edwards here.
Yeah, with no Justice Hill, Gus Edwards. Get him going. Get him up.
Sadly for us here, because we're all in Patriots gear, Breece Hall introduces himself to the Patriots. Maybe. I will say that Bill Belichick is going to have 8 in the box today to make sure that the running game doesn't get going for the Jets. So
there's a handful of players where if they're going to play 15 snaps, they could make something happen. Breece Hall is one of those guys, right? Like Jahmyr Gibbs, these guys that, Marvin Mims and Jalen Hyatt, like he's an explosive player, so he doesn't need to play every snap, but it is scary that he's not playing even half the snaps. He's playing 1/3 of the snaps.
Jared saying 16-3 Patriots written all over it. I bet the under 36.5, and I also have Zach Wilson under 180.5 passing yards today on my underdog pick 5. So let's cheer for that.
Belichick, ominous. Did you hear his comment, John? They were like, what do you think about Zach Wilson? He goes, pretty athletic kid. And he goes, but we've seen him before.
Yeah. A few times when he threw like 7 interceptions.
Right. He's we've seen him before.
AC Jackson is a healthy scratch today for the Chargers. Now, he's been playing terribly anyway. So, I don't know if that just makes the Chargers secondary better or not, but they gave that guy $80 million last year. So Belichick strikes again.
Bill Belichick, he can't draft a player to save his life, but he'll turn a undrafted free agent into a 3rd-round comp pick, and then he'll waste that pick too. But like he's a master at that, right? Like Jacoby Myers is going to be a comp pick coming back. All these guys, right? Undrafted players.
Need 3 in the PPR: Kelly, Harris, Javonte, or Kyron. I feel like we answered this one, but we're sitting Harris in this group.
We're going, sitting Harris. Yep, we have
Metcalf or Addison. I like Addison over Metcalf today.
Addison, you want as many people in that game as possible.
Half PPR flex. Cook, Algier, Dotson.
James Cook scares me because Latavius Murray. So I looked up the goal line numbers. Latavius Murray has 2 carries inside the 5. Damian Harris has 2. Josh Allen has 1, and James Cook has 0. So that's the one thing we don't like about James Cook. In this, I would still start him over Algier. So, just bench Algier. Sorry.
Yeah, bench Algier. More breaking news: Jair Alexander is also inactive for the Packers today.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So
that kind of changes things up. Christian Watson's out. So Romeo Doubs is back.
Well, Jair Alexander is the defensive back for Green Bay.
So sorry, it's on the other side. It's who we fading?
Olave or Thomas was going to draw one of those matchups. Right. Obviously now they're not. So
Derek Carr.
It could be good for Derek Carr. I think the weather is supposed to be iffy in that game, but still low points probably now in that one coming here. Amal Luke, Superflex FFPC Dynasty.
Goodness.
A lot of players here. Waller, 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Go Reynolds over Hubbard, and then Osborne and Ertz probably of that group.
Ertz because FFPC is tight end premium. So you definitely start Ertz.
KJ Osborne as your wide receiver or Hopkins, I guess.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay, and then Ertz is your other one.
We got the inactives. We're still waiting on one game.
Yeah, let me know when it's full because we still got a boatload of questions.
Let's make some questions.
Folks at home. Flex in the PPR: Hopkins, Kirk, Brown, or Davis. I like Kirk here.
I like Christian Kirk. Yep.
Alex Stivers here. Start 3 of the 4. So sit 1. London, Terry, Sanders, or Hopkins.
I think I'm just sit Hopkins. He's been banged up.
Yeah. Yep. Earth or Smythe. Who would have thought we'd be at this point?
You can't go away from Ertz, but I love Smythe. Get Smythe into a DFS lineup. And I wouldn't love Smythe, but we not only is Jalen Waddle out, but Justin Simmons is out. So gotta get Smythe in a DFS lineup.
Yep. Laporta or Andrews. I mean, the answer is obviously Andrews here, but Laporta's on the come for sure.
Good job.
Let's see here. Johnny Austin with a Q, 10-team, half PPR. Higgins, Collins, or Javonte in your flex?
Nico Collins, right?
Yeah, I think I'm going Nico Collins here.
Yeah.
Just the volume of passing.
Just ride it till the wheels fall off.
Exactly. Teacher said Jones or Bijan or Brian Robinson. Well, now you're on Brian Robinson. We know that one. And Dunn, Gainwell, Breece Hall, or McKinnon need 2. I feel like you're sitting McKinnon here. You're just not getting any work.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, Gainwell, we don't know for sure if he's playing.
It's true.
You got to sit. If the game was playing, you play him. And if not, then the question
is. You won't know, to your point. So if you're worried about the inactive, then you play McKinnon and Hall here.
Yeah.
About Kevin Keller here, half PPR, need 2. Reynolds, Ridley, Cooper, Hopkins, Craig Reynolds. Do we really need to tell you to play Calvin Ridley? I mean,
he's locked in. Zay Jones isn't playing.
I'm playing Calvin Ridley and Amari Cooper, not even thinking about it.
Yeah, there you go.
And then Pitts or Goddard for you. Probably Pitts.
Right? It's Pitts still.
Yeah. So Ridley, Cooper, and Pitts.
Yeah, I have him very close, but I'm going to go with Pitts.
Okay.
Goddard's not bad.
And again, need to sit 1, Pierce or Algier, Sutton, or Dubs. I think you're sitting Pierce here.
Yeah, we are.
Brittany, Flex half PPR, Swift, Amari Cooper, Addison, Flowers, Edwards. I mean, that's a loaded crew. Good
just
on you
one,
for drafting. Man, those 3 wide receivers are like some of my 3 favorite wide receivers on the day.
Yeah, Brittany, try and do a trade. Obviously, right now is a very difficult time, so you have to pick somebody. But I would try and do a 2-for-1 or even a 3-for-1 trade if you're gonna have multiple of these guys on your bench every week.
I think Addison is where I go, but I love Amari Cooper today. I just got to get action on that 54 game total.
If Amari Cooper didn't have the groin situation, then it would be slam Amari Cooper. But just the fact that that's even on the table, go with Addison in that shootout. I mean, there's so many weather games and so many issues. You got this 2 high-powered teams with like mediocre defenses playing in a dome. You got to just get as many guys in that game.
I agree. DeSlurry here. If you had to start one, Tannehill or Pickett, I think it's Pickett today. Pickett against the Raiders. I'm not going Tannehill against the Browns.
No,
for sure not.
So sucks.
It is not great. We got a Twitch fan in there.
There we go. I was wondering where the Twitch gang was at, dude.
In here. Don't try to read any questions, Coop, because I know you can't see.
Got the Twitch glasses on. I should pick ones that weren't red. All the other glasses, I have like 15 glasses to pick from here, and I picked the red ones.
Yeah, you picked the glasses you can't read them with. Full PPR: Kendrick Bourne, Breece Hall, or Kenneth Gainwell.
I think Kendrick Bourne today, because the 2 corners never go in the slot. They don't ever go in there. So Kendrick Bourne is leading this team in slot snaps, besides Gesicki, who picked it up a little bit. But Devontae Parker and whoever's on the outside are going to get killed. I think Bourne could have a big.
I think he's one of my favorite little dart throws for DFS. It's only $2,900 on DraftKings this week.
Get him in.
Henry or Kyle Pitts, Coop?
Got to go Henry. Keep an eye on the wind. If they say that the wind is sustained over 15 miles an hour sustained, or gusts that are like 30 miles an hour, then maybe you go with Pitts, but it's Henry otherwise.
I agree with you. Javonte or Rashad White in PPR?
Javonte. I can't start Rashad White versus Eagles.
Not going to go Javon. Yeah, not going Rashad White against Philly. Need 2 in a PPR. Cook, Madison or Jones. Well, Jones is out.
Jones out.
James Cook and Madison, there's no Cam Akers, so I'm going to go Madison this week and see if he can feel motivated after the team traded for Cam Akers today.
Yeah, I'm with you fully.
Laporta or Pitts?
Pitts, man. It's Pitts.
Kelly or White? Going to go Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly. We're staying away so just like last week, we're off Josh Kelly because the matchup. This week, we're just off Rashad White. It has to be pretty brutal for us to go with the start there. And John, do you want to do
not against Philly?
Do you want to hit the inactives real quick? We have the full.
Yeah, if you got them,
I got them.
Let me pull it up here.
Pull it up.
Baseline.com/inactives.
I can pull it up. You keep asking. You keep throwing questions up.
If you got them, pull them up.
I got it. Keep throwing questions up.
We got Pitts and Njoku.
Pitts.
Javonte or Jalen Warren? It's Javonte here.
It is Javonte for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Go
Going through
that.
here. Colts, what we knew, Ryan Kelly is out. That is a problem. Anthony Richardson is also out. So be careful with the running game for the Colts with Ryan Kelly out. Odell Beckham Jr. out. So Zay Flowers wheels up. Rashad Bateman, when Odell was out last week, Bateman went from a part-time player to a full-time player. So Rashad Bateman, potentially a DFS play. And,
Nelson Aguilar got a big snap jump last week too.
Yeah. Nelson Aguilar. Justin Simmons out. We already mentioned that. That's good for Durham Smythe. On the other side, Jalen Waddle being out. Eric Ezukanma is out. So we're talking get your River Craycraft and your Braxton Berrios dart throws in. That's the play there. Patriots, Jonathan Jones out. That's not good. Will Greer, who they stole from the practice squad of the Bengals when they didn't have a backup QB.
Just to steal him.
Just to steal him, yeah, no reason. So the Jets, it doesn't say it here because he's not inactive. They put Dwayne Brown directly on the IR.
Yeah.
So forget the inactive. He is on the injured reserve. So he's going to miss 4 games. That's going to be a problem for them. Texans, Laramie Tunsil out. That is bad news because it moves everybody over and Kendrick Green has to play, which is absolutely awful news. Daria Ogunbowale is out, which puts Mike Boone back in Singletary. So Mike Boone's probably going to play over Singletary.
Boone actually got some snaps in week 1. So.
Right, yeah. So Mike Boone, kind of sneaky play that you probably don't want to make.
Definitely not a sneaky play. Do not play Mike Boone, but he'll be on the field.
Don't play Mike Boone. Yeah. Zay Jones out, as we knew. We've already been factoring that in. Peter Skoronski, the rookie first-round pick for the Titans, still dealing with injury.
Well, I love the Browns defense today.
Yeah, Browns defense is a good play, especially in DFS. Browns, not that nothing surprising there. Cordell Patterson out, putting Algier back on the menu. Taylor Decker still out, but looks like Amon-Ra St. Brown is a go as expected for the Lions, so got to be feeling good about that.
Mm-hmm.
A.T. Perry is going to be out today, not that he was doing a whole lot. Foster Moreau is out, so hey, just a couple more snaps available to the other guys. Christian Watson, Jair Alexander, Aaron Jones, David Bakhtiari, all out, so pretty much worst case scenario for the Packers. Bills, DeMar Hamlin. I mean, the more games DeMar Hamlin here is healthy and active, the more possibility that some of these other comeback player of the years, all the comeback player of the year numbers were juiced because everyone was thinking DeMar Hamlin was a shoo-in. Well, if he's going to be an inactive the whole year,
I feel like he's still just going to win.
He could still win it. He could still win it.
So,
I got Michael Thomas. I mean, just saying. Over on the Commander side, point offensive guard Chris Paul is out. Logan Thomas out, and Curtis Hodges also out. So maybe a little Cole Turner action in your DFS lineups. And then Chargers, J.C. Jackson, a healthy inactive. Ouchies for their bankroll there. Yeah. Austin Eckler out as we expected. And on the Vikings, Cam Akers is not going to play today. So Alexander Madison, all of a sudden, I mean, I thought
you want motivation for Alexander Madison to do anything this week, it's going to be here against a Chargers defense that sucks against the run anyway. So
I'm really surprised by that because I'll take this down now. Cam Akers played for Kevin O'Connell with the Rams, so I'm surprised he doesn't even have a package of plays ready to go.
Yeah, so I mean, we saw Baker Mayfield come in for the Rams the day of and start and win a football game. So
yeah, let's get back to the questions.
Yeah, we got questions here. We did that one. Javonte or Warren was Javonte. Charlie here. Full PPR: Dotson, Shaheed, or Elijah Moore. I think I go Elijah Moore here.
Yeah, Elijah Moore for sure.
Standard League: Hunter Henry or Dalton Kincaid.
Got to go Hunter Henry in standard. He's so good in man to man that is crucial in the red area. There's a reason he scores so many touchdowns going back the last couple of years. He's been one of the best players versus man to man. Where when everyone locks down zero coverage in the red area, it's Hunter in the hen house.
Yep, I agree with you. We have a defensive starting question here: Colts, Carolina, Atlanta, Tennessee, Las Vegas, or the Chargers. Oh, it's rough.
Cannot possibly start the Chargers in that matchup.
No, you might go with it. Might be Atlanta versus Detroit, but it's like
I'm just pulling up my rankings because I thought really hard about this on Tuesday, and I just got to double check.
I think I lean Atlanta versus Detroit.
Atlanta versus Detroit.
I mean, you're not gonna play Tennessee versus versus Cleveland in Cleveland. Las Vegas is home. I guess you could go the Raiders. They're at home against Pittsburgh. But Colts versus Indy's a no-go. Carolina versus Seattle, no thank you. Chargers versus Minnesota, no. So it's Atlanta or it's Las Vegas.
I have the Titans. As my pick.
I don't know. I don't like Tennessee at all this week, personally. So
the Browns, dude. Browns with no Chubb. Deshaun Watson's been playing kind of iffy. I think I would just start the Titans.
Okay. Coop says Titans. He did the rankings. We'll go off his rankings here. I'm iffy. I'm also a little invested. I have Amari Cooper and Deshaun Watson on the covers of things this week.
Right. Yeah. Well,
so I do.
I mean, to put in perspective, I usually just rank top 20 defenses, and the Titans are the only one that are even in my rankings.
So, start Digger the kicker. Yeah, of course. The Coop has been pointed out, and actually, he got it from Linda there. The Chargers do go for it a lot, and they do go for it a lot. It is frustrating with Dicker, but he hits the field goals, and they have kicked it. So
you've been playing the lamest.
Dude, I love the 1.5 field goal.
Stop betting that. John's been betting kicker 1.5 field goal lines. Who do you have today?
I'll do the Folk 1.5 field goals again. I think the Browns stifle them a little bit. They're forced to kick.
You've been crushing. I will say you've been right on pretty much all of them.
Dude, Carlson over 1.5 field goals.
Dude, you know what bets I've been doing lately is picking tackle monsters on other teams and just rooting for them to get a bunch of tackles. Yeah, it's so fun.
I haven't figured out the defensive thing yet, but I'll say this: Stroud has been sacked 11 times in 2 games here, and there's some sack props there for Jacksonville this week. So.
I'll tell you, I did Bobby Okereke on Thursday, and just watching number 58 fly around the field and get 9 combined tackles. Every time he chased somebody down, I was like, yes.
Judon's only had a half a sack today for the over/under, and against Judon.
Oh yeah, Judon, yeah. Slam that. All right, let's get back to questions.
Yeah, love over Fields and not for me. I'm gonna go. No. Jalen Warren's gonna outplay Najee Harris. Would you start him as an RB2? No, I don't. I wouldn't.
Yeah, the problem is that Najee's still getting all the 2-minute drill work. Yeah. So I'm still
until they officially play Jalen Warren over Najee Harris. I'm not doing that.
That's what I need. Yeah, we Twitter tried to get Tony Pollard to play over Zeke Elliott for like 5 straight years, and it just finally happened last year. But like, they don't look at the numbers that we look at. They have their commitments, they have their guys, they have their game plan. So as long as Najee still has the roles he has, then I can't.
Here's the thing where the value for Warren has been. It's been the passing game because they've been trailing in these games. Right. 6 targets in both games. If they're ahead today, they're not gonna go with Jalen Warren.
Let's go rapid fire. Get caught up real quick.
Yeah, we got a couple more minutes, so we got to go. Start 3 in a tight end premium. Connor, McLaurin, Judy, Henry, Laporta, Kincaid. So 3 tight ends available in a tight end premium league here, Coop.
Yeah, I mean,
all good tight ends too. So.
They are all good. I think you got to start Judy though, right?
Yeah. So what tight end are you sitting then?
Probably gonna sit Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah. So you go Judy, Henry, and Laporta.
Yep. Because Dawson Knox is playing. I thought he was gonna be out, but he's gonna play.
Yes. So Jamie wants to know: do you play Chase or Nakua? Or sit?
Wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, or swap them out, or I sit Pickens, Amari Cooper, or Nico Collins. Nakua's gonna play. I'm not worried about Nakua not playing.
Yeah, just playing Chase and Nakua.
Yeah, I'm holding Chase and I flex. Okay. No, I think you're fine. Play Pickens, Amari, and Collins, and then figure out Chase and Nakua. If you had to pick Chase or Nakua, where do you go, Coop?
If Nakua is playing, I'm starting Nakua
over Chase.
And yes, and just know that if you have Chase in your back pocket, if you need him.
I agree. With Jones out, do I start Dylan over Zay Flowers? No, play Zay Flowers today.
Zay Flowers.
Weapon X says Watson's out. I need one between Ford, D-Hop, and White. Probably D-Hop in this.
D-Hop, yeah. I don't like Ford or White.
Amon-Ra or Pittman. I'm gonna go Amon-Ra.
Yeah, Amon-Ra. Pittman's in a good spot though. But
Weapon X could have gone Jalen Reed too. Would you do Jalen Reed, Ford, D-Hop, or White?
Oh, from the Packers? Yeah. Christian Watson's out. Go Reed.
Go Reed. Yep. Pittman or Sanders?
Pittman.
PPR, Kincaid, Otten, or Smythe?
Kincaid still.
Dell or Thielen in a PPR league?
Thielen. He got peppered. Thielen did last week.
He did. I mean, Dell did too, but I like Thielen. I think
Andy Dalton could be an upgrade for
Pacheco or Connor full PPR.
How do you feel about Pacheco, John? Scares me that he's been.
They said he's good. They said he's good. He's good. I'm going to play Pacheco.
Yeah.
Olave or Nakua here. I think you got to go Olave, right?
You got to go Olave without Jair Alexander.
It's so. I mean, I get it. Nakua's gotten 20 targets, though, man. Jeez.
It's hurt.
I mean, I think I got to ride Olave here.
Olave.
Kirk, Myers, or Collins at flex.
Christian Kirk, Zay Jones.
Kirk's great. Sell high in Nakua, ride it out. Ride it out, man. I think the target's going to be there. I guess it depends what your sell high is. Who are you getting? Let me know who you're getting.
If you're getting a flat out wide receiver one,
tweet at Coop and I. Well, who's going to do a wide receiver for wide receiver? Tweet at Coop and I, and let us know what your deal is, and we'll let you know.
Trade Cook and Nakua for Devontae Adams.
Yeah, right. Like, who'd make that swap? White or Ford? This is gross. Probably.
There it is. Okay.
Probably the only time I play Ford.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he could get all those targets. So.
Jeez, that's something.
We have so many questions, guys. I know unfortunately we're running up against it. We're probably not going to get to everybody.
Let's go real quick.
Discord, sign up at fantasyalarm.com/win. I'll throw the QR code up here on the screen as well. Scan the QR code, start your 7-day free trial. You start it today, you get both week 3 and week 4 included in your 7-day free trial. And you get access to our premium Discord. You can ask your questions in there. Go to fantasyalarm.com/win as well. Become a member of the Fantasy Alarm family. Rapid fire, Coop. Just say a name and we'll move on here. Starting here, I guess.
Peter Cancemo. No,
Ferguson, Pitts, or Pitts.
You missed a couple. So Peter's question, Fields. Chat question, Brian Robinson. Tony's question, start Matt Stafford against the Bengals.
Stafford probably.
Kyle Pitts over Jake Ferguson. Jake Ferguson is
I didn't even read the name. Our friend Sarah's in here asking us a question.
So, Jake Ferguson has yet to play over 50% of the snaps in the game. Go Kyle Pitts.
For sure. And then
Gabe Davis.
Yeah. Yep. Good luck, Sarah. Hopefully it's not against us.
Russ, Lions, Javonte Williams.
Yeah, Javonte, yeah.
Superflex League with Burrow.
Go Ritter over Browning.
Ritter, yes.
Jones is out. Don't trust Dylan. I would play Moss.
Oh,
wait. Plug Zay Flowers. Wait. Move Moss in for Jones and plug Zay Flowers. Yes. 100%.
Yep.
You should always be playing Zay Flowers.
He's got it right.
Collins, Madison, or McLaurin?
It's Collins or McLaurin, John. You pick.
Collins. I was going to say Madison.
Stick with Collins, man. No, Madison stinks. Come on.
Yeah, whatever. Stevenson or Pollard?
Pollard.
I can't read the rest of your question.
Pollard versus the Cardinals might be running back 1.
Already starting Stevenson or Pollard. Needs one for the flex. It's Johnson, Pierce, Ford, or Kelly. It's Kelly. What do you think?
Jaden Reed over Najee and Ford, yes.
Yeah. Higbee or Hill?
Higbee. In any sort of PPR. If it's standard, go Taysom Hill.
Craig Reynolds and Najee Harris?
Najee
Harris. Swift or Moss?
Zach Moss.
Guys, I'm sorry we didn't get to everybody here. Get us in the Discord. Tweet at us at Coupe Fiasco, at JMPemba777. Good luck, everybody, in your week 3 matchups. Hopefully, we'll be back next week for you all. See you then.